All right, so I'm gonna quickly cover Wylder here. This guy, he's pretty much an all-arounder. Pretty much any physical weapon that you pick up, it's gonna be pretty decent on him. You don't particularly have any good scaling in faith, arcane, or intelligence, so yeah, just mostly sticking to basic weapon. For my relic build on Wylder here, I'm running this relic that gives me the permanent attack power increase for each Evergel. It's always good to have. Just extra damage is stacked pretty much infinitely. So you can open as many Evergels as you can. You always get that bonus. For the second one here, I managed to get a blue or green rather that has the additional skill character use, and I'm running this because of the next relic that I'm about to get to. It has 3 arcane, 3 ultimate art gauge. The ultimate art gauge is nice, increase my ultimates charge, like how often it charges while I'm in combat, or how rapid it charges while I'm in combat. The arcane, it can be decent. You don't really particularly scale well with arcane, but it can help, proc a bleed effect on a great sword or something. And this other one, this specific Wylder ability has follow-up attacks possible when using character skill, great sword only. So this is basically like a infinite fire grease, and I'll show an example of it in a second. So when you use your character skill, you kind of dash at the opponent and you do a slash, and it adds fire to your weapon. Partial HP restoration upon post attacks. This is pretty good. Every time you get hit, you'll be able to regenerate a portion of your HP that you lost when you attack the enemy. Ultimate art gauge +1. Just pretty much the best I had. Like I said, his charging his ult up really quickly is good. This guy's pretty good with fire damage in general. So like if you're looking for a better relic, you probably would want like the other effect that spreads fire when he uses his ult. That's really good. Anything that adds fire damage, maybe add strength or physical damage. I think strength helps fire scale higher in damage, so that's always good too. And for this other one, maybe you could swap out the arcane for like just some other damage bonus. So one other thing I wanted to touch on, this Wylder ability. It says that the art gauge greatly fills when ability is activated. Now, this relic, when I first got it, I thought it was pretty good, but this only affects his passive ability. So, like once you cheat death one time, you'll get a large chunk of your ult gauge fill, but it doesn't actually work on his grapple. So, I think a lot of people might have probably thought that same thing, so I just wanted to clear that up. One other thing I will say about Wylder is he's definitely in this weird relic spot where there are not a lot of perfect relics for him. Like you'll have some relics with some really good abilities or perks that he can use, but the other ones are just not that great. So I'm hoping either in the next boss fights that we get, the more difficult ones, we get a relic specifically for him, kind of like giving him a buff or something, or maybe in the new content, the DLC or something that's coming, something to boost him up, because he could definitely use some help in like relic customization. Maybe we get a revamp to the relic system. Yeah, anything would be good, honestly. All right, and I also have a few other builds, kind of just decent type of builds. This guy, he can be played in multiple ways. There's no one way to play him. This build particularly, I just kind of keep my main weapon. I can proc ice or frostbite on my main weapon. Get the extra damage from the Evergels, and then this right here just gives me extra attack power when I have ice on my weapon. So the defeating enemies feels more of the art gauge. So this charges your ult really quickly when you're in the open world, just kind of just running around killing smaller enemies. So like you can pretty much pop your ult at the start of every boss fight if you're running this a relic effect. Maximum stamina. It's always nice as well. All right, so something to keep in mind. This guy, he does do pretty decent with like shields and stuff. You can play him as like a Paris style character. He's pretty good like that as well. If you like that with the Paris, it's not really my preferred play style, but I just got a few weapons here that you definitely want to keep like an eye out for. It's really good. You got this corpse wax cutter weapon art. It's pretty good on this gargoyle blade. Yeah, so this skill effect, it's basically like a permanent fire grease, like I said. It's a slash attack, deals some pretty decent damage, and this applies for like I think it's maybe like 30 seconds or something. And this will also work on any other weapon that you have. So like if you happen to pick up another kind of weapon, just pretty much a fire grease, it pretty much never runs out. Since I have arcane, I like to try to find like a bleed weapon maybe. Sword of Milos is good. There's another one right here, the flame bird, you can find pretty easily a lot of the times. You can upgrade to purple. It give you some pretty decent bleed procs. So you have like a bleed fire build, which is it's pretty decent. Yeah, so it's triggering bleed, just extra damage. You can look for the steeple here. If you happen to come across it, it's really good. Now, the only thing about this one is if you use the weapon art and then you use your character skill, it'll actually get rid of the other one. So like they don't stack, sadly. Same with like one of the bonuses. I think one of them has a bleed effect. One of the perks you can pick up, they won't stack with that either, unfortunately. But yeah, so if you're using this relic, you want to definitely run great swords. But if you're not, then you can kind of, you know, just pick up the best weapon you can find otherwise. But yeah, but I just just a build that I like. Like I said, you can be played in multiple ways. I definitely am still experimenting with different play styles, but I think this one's pretty good so far. It's the one I like the most. Yeah, there's a lot of good great swords you can find as well. I don't know if it's like he has a higher chance to find great swords, but I don't know if that means he has a higher chance of finding like legendary great swords. Cause I always feel like legendaries are kind of just random. But yep, but that's pretty much Wylder in a nutshell, and hope that helps you out. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.